Thank you very much. Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Dr. Arthi Roy. I'm a recent MBBS graduate from Bangladesh. It is a pleasure to present our systematic review entitled Effect of Posaconazole compared to other antifungal drugs in survival and prevention of infection in patients with hematological malignancy. A systematic review. This work focuses on a critical supportive care issue in hematology, preventing invasive fungal infections in patients with severe immunosuppression. Patients with acute leukemia undergoing intensive chemotherapy remain one of the highest risk groups of invasive fungal disease. Our review evaluates whether posaconazole offers superior protection and survival benefits compared to other antifungal agents currently used as prophylaxis. Background and rationale. Invasive fungal infections, or IVI, represent a severe and often life-threatening complication for patients battling hematological malignancies. These patients, especially those undergoing intensive chemotherapy for acute leukemia, experience prolonged periods of neutropenia, leaving them highly susceptible. As you can see, common pathogens like invasive aspergillosis and candidiasis are major culprits, driving significant morbidity and mortality. These infections don't just increase mortality, they also prolong hospital stays and can disrupt crucial cancer treatments like chemotherapy. This underscores the urgent need for effective prevention strategies to safeguard these patients. So, what does this mean for our current approach to prophylaxis? So, why this review? Given the critical threat of invasive fungal infections, antifungal prophylaxis is standard practice, but our current options have significant limitations. While agents like fluconazole are excellent against candida, they offer very little protection against invasive molds like aspergillus. And that's a problem because mold infections are the primary cause of fungal related deaths in this patient group. This gap in coverage highlights a clear clinical need. We must identify more effective mold active agents to prevent these breakthrough infections. This brings us to this specific objective of our systematic review. Our study objectives. Our systematic review set out to address this critical need by evaluating posaconazole's efficacy and safety profile. Our primary goal was to compare posaconazole against other antifungal agents in patients with hematological malignancies. We focused on key outcomes, including the prevention of proven or probable invasive fungal infections, overall survival rate, and the frequency of breakthrough infections. We also thoroughly assessed its safety, tolerability, and reasons for discontinuation. This comprehensive approach allowed us to gather a robust understanding of posaconazole's role. Now, let's look at how we conducted this review. Our methodology. To ensure rigor and transparency, we conducted our systematic review following PRISMA guidelines. We informed a comprehensive search across major databases like PubMed and 2025 and 2015. Our inclusion criteria were strict, focusing on randomized controlled trials, cohort studies, and observational designs specifically examining posaconazole in acute leukemia. Two independent reviewers screened studies to minimize bias, and we used established tools like the Cochrane Risk of Bias tool for quality appraisal. Due to the inherent heterogeneity across studies, we opted for a narrative synthesis rather than a formal meta-analysis. This careful methodology allowed us to draw meaningful conclusions from the available evidence. Next, we will discuss the selection process that led to our final set of studies. So, our study selection process. Let me walk through our study selection process using the PRISMA framework. In the identification phase, we initially retrieved a total of 1,134 records through comprehensive databases, searching along with manual citation review. After removing duplicates, 1,129 records remained for screening. During the screening phase, we excluded 1,056 studies based on their titles and abstracts, as they did not meet our inclusion criteria. This left us with 73 full text articles, which were assessed in detail for eligibility. Out of these, 51 studies were excluded for specific reasons, such as not meeting the study design, population, or outcome requirements. Finally, 22 studies met all inclusion criteria and were included in our final narrative synthesis. This rigorous and systematic selection process guided by Prisma ensures that our review is based on the most relevant and high quality evidence available, strengthening the reliability of our findings. Now, let's look at the characteristics of the selected studies. Our study characteristics. Now, looking at the characteristics of the included studies, first, our review reflects a diverse evidence base. The 22 studies included a wide range of patient populations, covering both adult and pediatric groups across different clinical settings. In terms of geographical distribution, the study were truly global. North America, including the United States of America and Canada, Asia, including China, Japan, and South Korea, and Europe, including Germany, Italy, and the United Kingdom, as well as multi-center international collaboration. This diversity enhances the generalizability of our sorry, findings. Regarding study design, we observed a sorry, balanced mixed, randomized controlled trials, cohort studies, observational studies. As shown in the chart, no single design overwhelmingly dominates, which provides a broader perspective on the topic. However, this also led to clinical heterogeneity. There were variations in study design, antifungal regimens, and patient risk profiles. While this study heterogeneity adds depth to our understanding, it also influenced our decision to conduct a narrative synthesis rather than a meta-analysis. Overall, this globally diverse and methodologically varied evidence base allows us to better understand the real-world applicability of our findings. Next, we will dive into the key findings from this diverse body of evidence. So, our key clinical findings. Our synthesis reveals a clear and consistent message. Posaconazole significantly reduces invasive fungal infections and improves patient survival. We saw a notable decrease in proven or probable invasive fungal infections, especially invasive aspergillosis. Modern formulations like delayed release tablets and intravenous options have been crucial in optimizing drug exposure and improving reliability. These advances directly translate to better patient outcomes. Now let's compare posaconazole's performance against other commonly used antifungal agents. Comparison with other agents. When we compare posaconazole to other antifungals, its advantages become even clearer. Fluconazole, while effective against Candida, offers limited protection against molds, which are a major cause of mortality. Voriconazole has a good mold coverage, but its high toxicity and pharmacokinetic variability often lead to treatment discontinuation. Other agents like micafungin and liposomal amphotericin B have their roles, but often come with limitations such as nephrotoxicity or more niche utility. This comparison highlights posaconazole's superior profile for broad spectrum prophylaxis. Next, we will discuss the overall quality of our evidence. So, now let's talk about the quality of the evidence supporting these findings. We found that a significant portion of the study, 68% to be exact, had a high risk of bias. This means we need to interpret the results with caution. Selection bias was a common issue, especially in observational studies where patient groups weren't randomly assigned. And many studies didn't fully account for confounding factors like the duration of neutropenia. So while the efficacy of posaconazole looks quite promising, we must consider these methodological limitations. This leads us to the practical implication for clinical practice. Given the evidence, even with the noted biases, posaconazole emerges as the preferred first-line agent for high-risk acute myeloid leukemia and myelodysplastic syndrome patients. We recommend using the delayed release tablets for better absorption and consistent drug levels. Therapeutic drug monitoring is also crucial to ensure patients are undergoing optimal exposure. And for those who can't tolerate azoles, micafungin is a strong alternative. These are actionable steps we can take today to improve patient outcomes. Our conclusion. So, in conclusion, our review clearly shows posaconazole's superiority in preventing mold infections and improving survival. But our work doesn't stop here. We need to establish global surveillance for emerging azole resistance, and we must conduct more large-scale, multi-centered, uh, randomized controlled trials to solidify these long-term survival benefits. Ultimately, we are moving towards personalized, risk-stratified prophylaxis and stronger antifungal stewardship programs. So thank you very much, everyone, for your kind attention.